Welcome back to Story Reckless. My name's Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I am your master of ceremonies for tonight and several nights more. We are going to be playing Monsterhearts 2 again, continuing the campaign we started just last week. And things are already popping off. Nathan, why don't you go ahead?
Sure. Yeah. Hi, I'm Nathan, and tonight I will be playing Ashley. I use he, him pronouns. Ashley uses she, her pronouns. And she and her clique are trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Well, I think one person has a little more information, and so I'm going to be having a conversation with her. But yeah.
My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns. I'm playing September Scott of the Ghost Playbook. She's dead and sad about it and blames other people. And I don't know, when you back her into a corner, she lashes out. It's not her fault. She's just sad. She's really sad. So that makes it okay.
Hi, I'm Enyo. I use they, them pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Ray Bakunawa, who uses he, him pronouns. And is just so happy to not be the one who has shed blood first. But me, as a player, I am not happy.
Well, I'm sure opportunities will present themselves, and or you can make opportunities for yourself, which is what September did. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Last time we met Ashley, September, and Ray in class. It is the Thursday night before homecoming weekend. And much drama ensued during and after school. Ashley tried to hook Ray up with Elise Brown, the first girl on the football team, who it is generally known, and also tried to talk to September about appearing in her bed relatively recently while she was sleeping. That conversation didn't really go anywhere productive.
Real quick, just as a heads up, for some reason, I don't know if it's on my end, but I'm having some kind of connection issues. And are you seeing it too, Enyo? Yeah, Claire, for some reason you keep like the feed keeps
Yeah.
stopping midway, so we didn't hear you say Alexis Brown. It was like and then
okay. I got a notification a couple minutes ago that my internet is unstable.
Okay.
So that's what's going on.
Great. We will proceed forward and do our best.
Yes. If you miss anything important on mine, please do ask me to repeat.
Okay.
Yes. September ran crying from Lucky Jack's Burger Shack, which is where all four of you were. Six of you were hanging out. To be followed by Cornelia, wow, so many names. One of Ashley's clique members. September dropped a cinder block on her, seriously injuring her jaw and causing blood, not a great deal of blood loss. A lot of blood comes out of the mouth when it and flew away, literally. And we ended with Cornelia being taken to the hospital along with the rest of the clique. And we're gonna leave them there for a bit. I would like to do a bit of a time skip to a couple hours later with Ray. where have you gone? What are you doing with yourself?
The first thing Ray does after he leaves the situation is, well, I guess smoke a cigarette. But then after that, or during that, he's checking to see if there's any blood on him, if it looks like he has been involved with something.
I think that there is some blood on your sweatshirt because you took that off attempting to stem the blood from Cornelia. You can try and hide it if you wish. It is not egregious.
He's just going to take off the sweatshirt and just leave it in a dumpster somewhere on the way home.
Okay.
He does not want to. He wants to look presentable as possible when he goes home. He like checks the time on his phone and it's just like, oh shit. And texts his sister like, sorry, running late. Can you do dinner tonight? And I think just maybe looks, or doesn't look too hard, but like keeps an eye out for September, but is just going to go home. He's had enough, he thinks, for now.
Okay. On your way home, you get a text back from your sister. Sure, you owe me.
Okay. Good old dependable Vanjie. Yeah, it's been a fucking day. He is still, I think, still too wound up to like be around his family. So he just takes like a little bit longer, maybe just like literally runs around the neighborhood once before coming back inside. And
what does your home look like?
It's an apartment building. It's on the 3rd floor. It's a little, I think maybe it's in, it looks like it's in a beautiful older building, maybe like a repurposed old public school or an old church, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go inside and it is not as, it does not look nearly as nice on the inside as it does on the outside. It's like kind of cramped full of little apartments, and he takes the stairs to the 3rd floor because there's no elevator.
A beautiful old that has been gutted and then much more modern drywall put in, essentially.
Yes, exactly. But this is, it's from maybe the 80s or 90s. It's not terrible, not falling apart, and it's just him, his mother, and his sister. His mom is at work currently. And yeah. So he just gets his keys out and goes into his apartment, and he can smell that his sister is already cooking something. And it smells delicious. She's a good cook. She knows what she's doing.
There's the smell of like fake cheese first, but then also some sizzling onions and kind of a smell of sausage as well. You walk into the kitchen and Vanjie, who's 13, yes? 14?
Well, let's see if I'm 17. Like 15, I think.
15. Okay. Yeah. Your 15-year-old sister is at the stove stirring a pot of Kraft macaroni and cheese, and also keeping an eye on a stir fry of onions and garlic and sausages. Hey,
Spicing up the craft again. You're a master of your craft, Vanjie.
I am, and you appreciate it so much.
I do. Thank you. I know I dropped the ball on this, but I wasn't fighting. I had a reason.
Yeah? Were you just kept late at football practice?
Why do I tell you anything?
Because
Yeah,
I love you so much, and you love me so much, and who else would you tell?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
So, have you asked her out yet?
No, it's fucking hard. I tried. No, I didn't try. I tried. I tried looking at her. Like,
Yeah, how'd that go?
she looked away. She doesn't want anything to do with me. I can't fucking stand just sort of standing around trying to see what the signs are. This oh god, this like
Ray.
creepy popular hot girl talked to me today.
Okay.
It's just like out of nowhere. She just looked at me. She just looked at me in the eye.
There seems to be a lot of looking going on here, Ray. Has there
People-
been much talking? Like, have you talked to Alexis about anything at all? Ever?
No, I keep trying, okay, but I don't know what to say. I think about it and I go up and I'm about to say something. And then, can I tell you about this hot girl?
Sure.
She wanted to set me up with Alexis. She was like, oh, I'm going to put in a good word for you. And I was like, I don't want that. What does that mean? What do you mean you're going to put in a good word for me? I said okay at first, but then I rethought it because why would she do that?
Sounds like you're making friends. Did you think about that?
I did. But then
Good. You're making progress.
like loading screen. Is it? Because she was talking about homecoming and I thought she asked me out to homecoming, but then she started laughing.
Oh.
And I asked, is that funny? Is that fucking funny? Do you think that's funny? And then she wasn't intimidated, which was good.
Okay. Who's this person? What's their name? What's her name?
Shirley, maybe.
Someone popular is named Shirley?
God, I don't know. There's a fucking ghost at school. Maybe. Oh my
Sure.
god. Hold on. Let me just look through. She has like 1 million pictures on Instagram or something, I'm sure. Ashley. Her name is Ashley.
Vanjie comes and looks over your shoulder. You're on Instagram?
I'm kind of using your account. I hope that's okay.
I told you not to do that. You haven't posted anything, have you?
No, I haven't posted anything. I've just zoomed in on pictures, like a lot of pictures.
God. You're so weird. Log out.
Okay, fine. Damn. How am I supposed to? You're the one who keeps telling me to get social.
Yeah, but your own social media, not mine. Ah. But she goes back to dinner, finishes up cooking.
He, I think, just like puts his chin on her head and is being a little bit annoying, but also kind of like, thank you for taking care of me.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you for teaching me how to have friends.
You're welcome.
You don't have a lot of friends either.
More than you.
I have 0, so
Exactly.
we
You're
should get
cooking
a
dinner for the
dog.
next 3 nights, okay?
Fine, whatever.
Yes.
Why, do you have plans?
Yeah, I do.
What does that mean? What kind of plans?
Well,
What does that mean?
okay. So, you know the blonde guy with the curls in my math class?
Yeah, the one you never shut up about.
Yeah. We're gonna go get coffee tomorrow, okay?
You're too young to have coffee.
I'm 15.
Yeah, that's too young to have coffee.
I can have as much coffee as I want.
You can, but
You're
it'll fuck you
smoking.
up.
You're only 17.
You've never seen me smoke a cigarette.
No, but you reek of it sometimes.
Loading screen. Okay, but don't follow my example, okay? I'm a fuck up.
I know.
Kids have 2 fuck ups. Did
I
you just say
know.
I know?
Yeah.
Banshee, you're on my team.
Yeah, I am, which is why I'm telling you the truth. You're cooking dinner for the next 3 nights.
I am. Don't have coffee. Come on, get decaf at least. Wait a little bit longer. I've read things that'll fuck up your brain.
I don't believe you.
I'll send you the sources later. Or
Yeah, do. The 2 of you eat dinner.
we're definitely watching like an old movie or something. I think
Can we do Xena Warrior Princess?
yes, of course we can do Xena Warrior Princess. Yeah. I think that kind of like back and forth is what Ray needs. He feels like so much more calm already, even though he was like, I don't know, like yelling a little bit, but it wasn't actual anger. It's just how they are.
Yeah, and Vanjie knows that. This
Yeah.
is comforting. This is known.
Yeah. They make sure to leave a portion for their mom in the fridge, and it's all dated and labeled and everything. And Vanjie has to do that because Ray never remembers. He literally would just leave food out all the time. I think that's it, yeah. But they clean up and everything. Everything looks really nice. Ray takes a shower and washes his clothes and smells everything to see what smells of smoke. And decides to wash all that too. And it turns out it's like a lot of laundry.
Uh-huh.
He keeps going up to her like, does it smell like smoke to you? I can't tell.
Poor Vanjie is trying to do homework.
Just like really quick, just
As
real
you-
quick. Here, does it smell like smoke?
Yes, it does. It's
I don't
going to
smell-
smell like...
I didn't finish the sentence because you know it's not true.
Yeah,
It's gonna smell like smoke. I know.
yeah, it's going to smell like smoke. I'm sure Mom knows too.
What is she gonna fucking do about it?
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you want me to wash anything? I'm just doing a huge
No.
load of laundry.
I don't trust you with my laundry.
Okay, noted. Fair. Okay. Can I use your nice laundry detergent? It turns out the stuff I bought from the dollar store isn't very good.
Yes, you can use my nice laundry detergent. Use very little. You don't actually need much.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's why everything smells like smoke. It's not because I'm smoking. It's just because, like, you know, my laundry detergent's bad. I think that's it.
Because you're smoking.
Okay, fucking whatever. And he's gonna do laundry and then go outside for a smoke.
Okay.
He tries to do homework for like 10 minutes, opens the book, realizes he didn't take down what the homework was, closes the book, and it tells Banshee, like, I'm gonna go out for a run, okay? Be good, don't drink coffee.
I'm not gonna drink coffee now.
Well, I don't know, you're 15. You make bad decisions when you're 15.
Go run.
And yeah, he jogs through the woods. He has a new sweater, a new hoodie. And goes down to the town run. Yeah, what phase is the moon?
It's near full.
Yeah, definitely need to go for a run.
Cool. Yeah. You probably have another night or two.
Okay.
Yeah, the is a creek really that runs through most of there are parts of it that are like culverts and like like it's in a concrete like sometimes the words leave me.
And it's like an open culvert. It's
an open culvert as well as some
Yeah.
closed ones.
Yeah.
And then there are other portions where it's like running through backyards as the property boundary, and it's like a little bit more, you know, park-like. It runs also through a park. Yeah, it's the main waterway through town.
Yeah. He goes around, he runs, he's just really enjoying it. I think he does some light, like if there's a stump or something, or a log that's fallen over, he jumps over that. He's kind of jumping off of trees and like tackling saplings, just kind of playing. Yeah, is there anything unusual? He knows this is like his route. He knows everything that goes on here. It's kind of like his territory, and his senses are always like on the lookout for anything that's different from normal. Is there
I mean, I think he hears weeping coming from let's say there's probably like a bridge that goes over some part of it, kind of like overgrown also with like blackberries and stuff. And yeah, you just hear a sobbing coming, I think, from underneath the bridge. And you recognize the voice, most likely, of September. It's the same kind of like keening wail that you heard her as she flew off earlier today. It seems to have like run down like a little bit, but every so often like a sob will come out, and you have good hearing.
Yeah. I think Ray, like, circles September once just to make sure, like, there are no cinder blocks around or anything. But he's not super great at actually being stealthy. And after a while, just kind of goes like, yo, hey, September.
The crying stops a long couple moments, and then you just like see her just like tears carving channels down her face, like she's a mess. Her eyes are red and puffy, and I think she peeks out. She's like, Ray? Ray?
Yeah.
What are you? How did you find me?
It was an accident. I just go for a run here. I wasn't following you or anything, but do you want a tissue for that? Ray pulls out. He's like an old school handkerchief.
Nice. I think September's charmed by this. Like she seems taken back. She's like, yeah, that'd be great. Takes it and rubs her eyes.
Yeah, you can just keep that for now. Wash and give it to me later. It's there's like an uncomfortable silence for a while, and Ray starts like, okay, do you want to fucking what happened there?
She killed me. Or I mean, it's her fault. And I could.
For Cornelia? Corny?
Yeah.
Is she dead too?
I don't know.
How is it her fault?
It's a long story. I don't know if you would understand. But she cornered me. She was coming after me again.
And you did what you felt you had to.
I mean, you know. You fight people. You're rough.
I do know, yeah.
I feel like you would understand. I expected you to.
You did?
I mean, I guess so. Like, I don't know, if someone's coming after you and you're cornered, you just lash out. That's what you do. And it's not my fault.
Look, I know what it's like. I mean, not, your whole thing, obviously, but yeah, when you're cornered. But that doesn't mean it's not your fault. You did it. I do bad things too. But I don't pretend I didn't do them. It's... Look. They're not going to call the cops on you. They're not going to do anything, like, hardcore about this. But you gotta lay low for a bit with them. Ashley told me that you're, unstable and dangerous, and fuck, maybe you are a little bit, but so am I. Okay?
She's putting
I
all
don't
the
know
blame
how to.
on me. Of course she is. This was gonna be the one. It was gonna be the perfect homecoming. Finally, I saw Kenneth again, and it felt like no time had passed at all. And so
Is
I
Kenneth dead too?
I recognize him. I knew him a while ago. But it was all gonna be okay. We were gonna go to homecoming. He was gonna love me, and we'd have the perfect night. And
I'm
then
sorry, I know you're in
Cornelia
distress, but
came
why
and stole
Kenneth?
again. She's ruining it all, and Ashley, she's behind it.
I think I'm missing pieces here. Do you think Ashley is conspiring to ruin your homecoming?
They were all in bed together. What am I supposed to think?
What, like literally?
Yes. That's what I saw, and nobody called me a prude as I left.
You were kind of slut shaming her. Okay, I'm not good at this comforting thing. I'm sorry. Fuck.
So you're taking her side.
I'm not taking her side. I'm not taking sides, god damn it. And he punches a tree. Okay. I'm not taking sides. I'm sure Ashley is behind whatever. That sounds true. That sounds right to me. There's something fucking weird about her. And I don't trust her, even though I did literally see you drop a cinder block on somebody. I still think you're the more trustworthy one here. At least I understand that. I know what to do with that.
Thanks for understanding.
Look, I fucking get it, okay? I mean, not your whole homecoming thing, but I went for a run. I gotta go for a run, because if I don't, I blow up, okay? That's what I do. If somebody put me in the situation you were in, I probably would have done the same fucking thing. But I need a release valve. Do you want to just come with me and, like, tear some shit up? And then you can tell me about your perfect homecoming, because I don't know what homecoming is still.
That sounds nice, actually.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to throw this rock at a tree?
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna pretend I do it again.
Okay, well.
And throw the rock at the tree.
It's the same tree that Ray punched, and he's like, actually, you know what? Let's go to the we gotta go to the, like, oh, there's a better spot. People dump all of their shit there. We can just go and break everything. Nobody cares. I've been wailing on a TV there for like a week now.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go.
The two of
Is
you
September
take off.
slow?
Is September slow?
Yeah. Is it like for trying to follow an NPC?
I think so. I think she's like tries to run, but like run like a ladylike, whatever that means to her. And so she's just like
on your tiptoes. Pick up your skirts.
yeah. I think September thinks this is a date. So like she'll just like blush and like look away. Hold the hanky.
Cool. Eventually, I think Ray just gets kind of frustrated and is like, "Come on!" and tries to like grab her, and like actually.
I mean, she like lifts off the ground, and you can just pull her.
Amazing. Yeah. Wow, you weigh like nothing.
The lady's got to watch her figure.
Do you eat?
That's
Is
not
that a rude
very nice.
question?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay. Yeah, wow, that was fucking rude. Sorry. It's just like that the whole way there.
What is the emotional tone of fucking shit up? Like what do the two of you or each of you come away with from the other person by the time you're finished?
I think that September is used to just stewing and like sitting under her bridge, and like letting the emotions kind of just like make a maelstrom of just like anger and like tension. And this like I think does work for her, and like pretending like just like reliving the like attacking Cornelia over and over again, just like pretending like whatever like TV or printer that we hit or like drop things on. Does this resolve my traumatized for now? Maybe. I think it might.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
When what is it? Whenever someone helps you resolve traumatized, you both mark experience.
Ooh.
So I think both
There
of
you
us
go.
get this. I don't think it's like a healthy resolution by any means.
It doesn't
but-
need to be. By the grace of each coping mechanism you develop, you continue to live another day. And I think there's something to be said for that.
Nice.
Or, continue to be undead for another night, as the case may be.
Yeah, this is a great date. Maybe I'm gonna go to homecoming after all.
Meanwhile, Ray is just like,
Oh, he's so strong.
oh no, is this roll to turn someone on?
Do you want to roll to turn on September?
Yeah, what the hell? Why not?
Go for it.
How does this work?
I forgot that this involved dice. Hold on, let me. How does this work? I guess my hot is +1, so I just use a 20 +1.
2d6.
Or 2d6. Yeah. Cool. We're good. I'm just not Lancer brain. D&D brain. Ooh. That's a 5.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like gross, okay? I mean, he has like glass shards in his arm, and he's just like squatting over, like smacking a TV with both fists.
Oh,
He is strong.
does just nothing happen then on the roll?
Well, Ray takes another point of experience.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
And I think it's just like, oh, yeah, you're strong. And yeah, like all the pieces are there, I think, for September, but like she doesn't feel it. Weird.
I mean, but this is great for Ray. He feels like, whoa, I'm connecting with somebody. I took her to like my weird rage room trash pit, and she thought it was fun and isn't running away. And he kind of just turns and smiles and is like, so I mean, how was that? It's good, right?
It was bracing. It's bracing. You sure broke that printer into a lot of pieces.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for somebody to discard some new electronics. They're the most satisfying. I think this printer's kind of run its course. He's just looking at it. It's like grounded to the dirt. What is TV?
Uh,
What what do you do what do you want to do at homecoming? What's the big deal?
Ask me tomorrow night. I've got to go.
Okay. Wait, one more thing? My sister's tried to get me to go to homecoming. Is it worth it?
It can be beautiful. It hasn't been right for me yet, quite, but it's magic.
Okay.
Good night. Good night, Ray.
Night, September.
We'll leave that
Yes.
there.
Yeah. Just really had to repress the desire to say, stay good, don't drink coffee.
I think that we are going to go much deeper into the night. Ashley, it's about 2 a.m. when all of you get back home. Cornelia being discharged from the hospital with a fractured jaw, it turns out, not quite broken. Your mom drives you home in your minivan, well, in your mom's minivan. She's still dressed for work in a sweater set and slacks. All of you are Could you describe your house and also what's the general tone here?
Yeah, so I don't think she lives in some big, crazy, mansion, but I do think she lives in a very nice home, and I think it's probably an old, colonial style home that's really beautiful, and probably if there are, nicer neighborhoods, is in a really, probably really nice, beautiful neighborhood that's close to the college campus, if that is close by. I don't know if it's in town. Okay. So, everything can theoretically be accessed by bike or walking if you want. But the home itself, I imagine being mainly red brick with bright accents of white with columns and that colonial style, maybe almost
Clapboard.
Yeah. And large double doors at the front. I think it is a 2-story house, and it has a lot of big trees growing in the front yard with a very nice manicured lawn, brick steps going up towards the entrance. Are there any lights on as we approach, or does it seem like Dad is still...
The French port light is on, and you can see a light on in the living room as well.
Okay. Yeah. And I think as we're pulling up, I'm just gonna, in everybody's heads, in the click. All right, just remember to stick to the story we told the police. I don't think it's worth getting Mom and Dad involved in this. I don't really want them getting up in our business right now.
There's not even verbal agreement, just kind of a sense of,
Okay. Yeah, I think quietly just head inside.
Your dad is asleep in his pajamas on the couch in the living room, and wakes up as you all come in. Both Heidi and
Archie.
Archie, thank you. Are concerned, worried for Cornelia's health, and also suspect that there is more going on between the four of you physically, just based off of like previous experience of the four of you interacting, I think.
Mhm.
But they don't press the three of you.
And did you have a visual in mind for what my parents look like? I don't have anything strong in my head, but I'm happy to help.
Sure. I mean, I
like the sweater and slacks for Heidi.
mhm. I think that Heidi is built like you, short, slender, leaning, muscled, with kind of medium brown hair going gray. She's in her like early 50s. Kind of shoulder length hair pulled back in a big clip. Kind and tired eyes.
I think Archie has the deep black hair, and I think it's really curly. And yeah, I guess I'm imagining him wearing, like, you said PJs, probably like green plaid PJs, socks on, kind of a frumpy, like college sweater, sweatshirt.
From his college days.
Yeah, from his college days. We'll say it's also a green, like a forest green. And it was just like average height. But yeah, just really like thick black curly hair.
Looks a little younger than your mom?
Yeah.
Archie wakes up as you come in and immediately rushes over to Cornelia. Hey, Cornelia, how you doing? How you feeling? He kind of looks over to your mother and to all the rest of you. How'd it go? What's the verdict?
I think it's gonna be hard for her to talk for a bit. I heard that it's gonna be a pretty long recovery, but it could have been worse. It's just a fracture, I believe. Right, Cornelia?
She nods, looking at your dad. She has she has a literal bandage like wrapped around her chin and head, big ice packs on either side. And says to you, tell him 4 to 6 weeks. I can talk through you all.
Yeah, Dad. We can talk for her, as I'm sure you know. 4 to 6 weeks recovery time.
All right. Well, no school tomorrow. He again just takes her shoulders and looks into her face. And she looks back and then just kind of leans her head very gently onto his chest and then pulls back. Heidi sighs. I'm going to run by the pharmacy first thing tomorrow morning and pick up prescriptions. They're closed now. We should all sleep. We should all get to sleep.
Yeah. Do we have anything at home right now for pain? It really hurts.
There's a bit of a pause. We have ibuprofen and acetaminophen upstairs.
Yeah, that'll have to do.
I don't know. She looks at Cornelia. I don't know if you should take what's meant for Cornelia.
Yeah, okay. We'll try it. If
I'm
she's
sorry.
feeling better, it'll probably feel better for all of us.
I hope so.
All right.
Reaches a hand out to you, Ashley. We'll figure this out. Just like we have everything else.
Yeah. We'll figure it all out. All right. Good
Your
night.
parents head to bed.
Head upstairs. Entering into our room, it is a, like, I guess the widest bed you can possibly get. So like a California king.
California King.
Yeah. Just a California king. The room itself is probably a decent sized room, but with the bed, it really takes it up and dominates the space. But I think it has, it does have an like its own, like, large
Do you guys
bathroom.
have the master?
I think so. Yeah, actually, I think
Okay,
that our
yeah.
parents gave us the master bedroom. Yes, we have the large bathroom attached with, like, I guess it only has 2 sinks. I think we've taught, like, when we were younger, didn't really understand. We had conversations about adding more sinks, and then it quickly became apparent, oh, that's not, like, something you can just do. But yeah, large bathroom, large attached bathroom in the master bedroom. California King, definitely a whole wall dedicated to, like, vanity, desk and mirrors, all that. Yeah, and I think...
How is this room decorated?
Yeah,
Like,
you know...
How have you negotiated this over the past multiple years?
So what I think is happening here is that this is our one communal space, because this is kind of a actual physical necessity, like, that we have to all share this room together. So I think the decoration is, like, I think it's very classy and not leaning in any one direction. And then I think we each have, if this house is big enough, we each have, like, a space for ourselves, like an extra room maybe. I don't know if there's 4 extra rooms, but if there's, like...
I was thinking this is like a 4-bedroom house. It could be 5.
Okay, so maybe it's something where, like, sure, let's go for it. It's a 5-bedroom house. We each have our own, like, other room that is kind of our, if we want some private time, and that's where and there's no bed in those rooms. Those rooms are purely dedicated to, like, drawers and whatever we want in there to just make the room our own. But I imagine this master bedroom is, I think it's kind of I think it's probably, like, more Cornelia style. Like, it has influences that feel like it would match the style of the home, this, like, old colonial style home, with a little bit of that, like, I guess boho twin like tint to it. But yeah, and I think as we come in, though, I think there is a pair of dirty socks sort of scattered across the floor in front of the bed, and immediately I stop, sigh. Kenneth, why do you
I'm
just...
sorry. He immediately just grabs them, dumps them in the hamper.
Okay. I guess we should try to sleep, but I feeling like none of us. I don't know. Cornelia, can we please have a conversation about what happened a little more in depth?
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
So, what the fuck? Is she from? Is she from your time?
Yes.
She knows you?
We were in the same class in high school. Um, we knew each other. I mean, that was unavoidable. There were only like 15 or 20 of us. She was quiet, kind of reclusive, polite.
And was she always prone to throwing cinder blocks at people?
No, not at all. I knew. Um, she was, I don't know, very romantic, obsessed with Shakespeare and like all of the romantic poets, you know, Shelley and Byron and all of them.
Do you have any idea why she did that to you?
I mean, this is really grasping at straw, Ashley, but our homecoming, our senior homecoming, she went with another young class who very impolitely left her hanging at the dance together, and then he paid a lot of attention to me. She was upset, understandably. She died that night. She ran off crying. I didn't know until a day later that she'd, well, drowned.
She drowned?
In the town run, yeah.
So, her date left her on homecoming and then went to homecoming with you?
Well, he asked me to dance twice in a row, which was a little much.
Right, I guess things were different back then, but I see. You think that just that? What is so she was
Well, that's the only thing. That's the only like negative interaction we've had, really, that I can think of.
All right. And
I didn't hurt her, though. I mean, I didn't really want him around either. Or she did want him around, and I didn't. But
so you weren't even interested in him.
no, he was fine.
All right. Well, then there's the whole other question of it is September like all of
Is
you?
she like us?
Yes, I was wondering that. Is there someone else like me and my dad in town?
I would really like to know that.
Yeah. I'm curious too.
If there's someone else who knows more, or if September like broke away somehow, that would be good information to have.
Yeah. It would be. Um All right. You said she drowned in the town run.
Yes. She was found the next morning.
Well, if she's not in school tomorrow, maybe we can take a walk and see if she's... I don't know. Like those old ghost stories.
A ghost?
Well, I don't know. It's
I mean,
a place
that would
to start.
explain-
Do we know? I mean, do you know where she lived? Do you know where her home was in town? We could go there.
I think it's been pulled down.
I can also tomorrow. We will ask around school. All of us. Cornelia, I know you're staying home, but the rest of us, check in with your social channels. See what you can find out about who the fuck this September is, so we can find out how to approach her.
I don't remember her being around last year.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, she really only seemed to come up this year. That's the first time I've ever seen her or heard of her, and nobody in school has ever talked about her. Nobody even seems to pay attention to her.
It feels, but she's been here. I mean, she's not a new student. She's not a transfer. She's been here.
Do you remember her from the previous years?
I mean, she must have been around.
I guess so. It seems incredibly unlikely. I'm pretty observant about noticing who comes and goes. All right, well, I would like to talk to her. Hopefully in a public space. If she is at school tomorrow, then I think it would be good if the rest of you could join me. I don't know what she's going to do. And if she lashes out again, I think we'll work better together.
I don't want anyone else to get hurt.
Yeah, I don't either.
Why approach her, Ashley? It doesn't...
I want to know what's going on.
I know, but...
Eloise, look. We're going to have to face reality at some point soon here. We're in our senior year. It's going to be very hard to keep up this ruse as we go into college, okay? And there's not that many people that I know of who live with their 3 cousins. I know we've tried multiple times to be separated, but we all know it doesn't work. So I think there's a very good reason to try and talk with September. If she's like us, as Kenneth pointed out, maybe she found a way to break away, and it would just make our lives a lot easier. Now, I've been thinking a lot about ways that we can continue to live together in college if we can't find a way to separate. I think we can make it work. I think as long as we all apply to the same schools and schools in the same areas, and we make sure that we end up in the same town, we can still make this work. But
God.
Look, Kenneth, I'm being realistic about our situation, okay? We've tried separating before, and it doesn't work.
I know. And that's why I'm agreeing with you, Ashley. I think we should try and talk with September. I think we should figure out if she knows more than we do.
All right.
Eloise, Cornelia has laid down on the bed and is just kind of lying on her back, staring at the ceiling through most of this conversation, the latter portion. And Eloise climbs up next to her and just lays her head on her shoulder and kind of curls into her. Cornelia pulls her in, one-armed.
I go over to Kenneth and just gently place my hand on his forearm. We're gonna make something work, okay?
Yeah.
We should go to bed.
Yeah.
And
Here.
yeah, I think. Go ahead.
He grabs painkillers for all of you. And it's at that point, Ashley, that you cycle.
Did I what?
You hear a motorcycle
Okay.
at 2 a.m.
Like,
approach and then stop outside of the door. Or stop at the house.
okay. I'll kind of look between, I guess Cornelia and Eloise are on the bed. I like do a glance, an exchange with Kenneth. That's really weird. I'm gonna take a quick look, and I'm just gonna go over to, if there's a street-facing window on the second floor.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say that my room faces the street, so I like duck into my room.
I think.
Or is that not typical?
No. Oh, no, that's just fine. I'm just thinking what Kenneth is doing, whether he's going with you or staying with the others. I think he's going to stay with Cornelia, yeah.
Okay. So I duck into my room. Ooh. Yeah, I think like my room, all super neat. Lots of... Sure. Say there's a lot of pink and white in this room as I duck in there. And I will go over to the street-facing door and just pull back the curtain and just peek out and see if there's what I see.
You see, in the light of the street lamp, someone dismounting from a motorcycle that has been parked in front of your house.
Do I know anybody at school who drives a motorcycle? Okay. I'll keep watching.
They pull off the helmet, and you see dark in a high ponytail, kind of curly. Person pulls off gloves and shoves them in their back jean pocket, and then starts heading up the walk.
To our front door?
Yes.
My parents are asleep.
As far as you know.
Okay. Can I recognize the face as they're approaching? Or is it too dark?
It's relatively dark. You don't immediately recognize them.
Okay. To the click. Someone's coming up to our house.
Immediate movement from the next room.
Do any of you know someone who drives a motorcycle in town?
No, not anyone particular.
All right.
Eloise bounces into the room. What did you see? She goes to the window. You see what? Who?
I kind of start to crane and point as they're approaching. I'm imagining they're probably getting pretty close to the front door at this point.
Yeah, they disappear.
Are they
under the?
I don't.
Very quiet knock on the front door.
Okay. I'm gonna go take a look. I start to.
We're coming too.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody, just maybe. It's just weird shit happening tonight. Just be quiet. I'm gonna tiptoe down the stairs and start to look towards the front door. Is there like glass on the front
Yeah,
door?
I think so. Like a little panel. Of...
Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of tiptoeing and looking. Do I see the shape of the person outside?
Yeah, you can see kind of maybe forehead and above. Person's on the shorter end.
Okay.
Maybe a couple inches taller than you.
All right. Fuck it. I'll stop sneaking and I'll just stride over to the door. And I think I'll just kind of lean against the door. I'm not going to open it. It's 2 a.m. May I help you?
I was hoping that I could help you. I know it's late. I'm sorry for that. But
Yeah.
I think I can help.
What? With what?
I believe that one of your siblings was injured in a paranormal experience this afternoon. I have some information.
Okay, sorry. Is this in reference to my cousin being hit by a cinder block earlier?
Your cousin, yes.
Okay, this couldn't wait until tomorrow morning? I mean, in, hours from now instead of 2 a.m.?
I think it would be better for everyone if you had the information I have before tomorrow morning.
Okay.
My name's Deepti Bihuria. May I come in?
One more time? Sorry.
Deepti Bihuria.
Deepti Bihuria? Okay. I look back at the two of them. Are they, like, standing with me? Or are they back at the stairs?
So I'm just seeing Washed Grandpa and Arkev too. Oh shit, it was the paranormal raccoon on coffee.
Yeah, I look back to the other two, let out a sigh, and I'll open the door. And who do I see?
You see a short, curvy woman in her like early to mid 20s, Indian with curly black hair in a ponytail, kind of flattened from the motorcycle helmet, wearing an Amy Brown fairy t-shirt. Do you know this art was particularly popular in like the late 90s and early noughts. She did like punk fairies, lots of little figurines and prints and shirts.
Okay. Yeah, I looked it up. I think I recognize this art. Yeah, okay.
With a motorcycle, like black leather motorcycle jacket, black helmet and gloves, jeans, lots of occult jewelry. Like you see, she's wearing both a little like mother goddess necklace and a Christian cross. She's got multiple rings on each finger. Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Sorry. Okay, my parents are asleep upstairs. Yes.
That's okay. I would love to know what you know before we go involving lots of people.
Yeah. Come on in.
Thank you.
These are my cousins. This is Kenneth
Hi,
and Eloise.
I'm Deepti.
Sorry, so you're saying that my cousin Cornelia was the one that was hurt. You're saying that it might be related to paranormal activity? I mean, it was a raccoon that knocked a cinder block down. What makes you think this is paranormal?
I'm happy to stick with that story for anyone who you want to have that story. I was in the area at the time for an entirely unrelated reason. And I did see a ghost fly from the scene.
You were at Lucky Jack's?
Yes.
I quickly check in with the clique. Did any of you see her around? Do you recognize her?
None of you recognize her. This is not a person who you have seen before.
Okay. I just meant like if they happen to see her like approaching or in the restaurant or something like that.
I would say yes. Eloise recognizes her vaguely, like didn't note her necessarily,
okay.
but yeah.
Okay, go ahead. We're gonna go with that for now.
Sorry, with the ghost or the raccoon?
The raccoon.
The raccoon. Okay.
But you said you saw a ghost at the scene.
I believe so.
Okay.
There are not many people types of creatures who can fly like that. May I sit down?
Yeah, of course. Do you
Thank
want
you.
anything?
Honestly, a glass of water would be great.
Yeah, just fine. I look to Eloise and then I go.
The ice water.
And I go and I sit on the couch. All right. So.
Well, let me explain myself a little bit. Thank you. I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm in town tracking something else that has kind of ended up going nowhere. And was genuinely just in Lucky Jack's for dinner when I heard the scream and rushed out after you all, actually, and saw what seemed like a young woman flying away. I wanted to get in contact with you all personally. I know that there was another person who also saw what happened. Is he around? Do you know him?
Not really. He's new to school, so
Okay.
we've only just met him. But I'm sure you can have a conversation with him. We go to the August Scott High School. Do you live here? Are you from Norwich, or?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can try and have a conversation with him, probably after school, assuming that he'll be there. I actually don't know after what happened. Yeah. And so you're saying the young woman who flew away you think was a ghost. Have you met many ghosts or had experiences with ghosts?
A few. They tend to be a little more common than some of the other creatures that I investigate.
And
people who
do
haven't finished.
People haven't
Go ahead.
finished. So, do ghosts? Do they just naturally occur, or does someone need to summon them into this world?
They unnaturally occur. Let's put it that way. It is generally someone who had unfinished business in life. Some of the stories, some of the stereotypes are true, some are not. Someone who had a strong emotional reaction near or about their death. Someone who died violently. All of these things can lead to someone becoming a ghost. Ghosts are not really people in the same way that they were when they were alive. To be narrower.
I see.
Less focused, or more focused on specific ideas. They're not really capable of grappling with reality.
Have you ever encountered a situation where someone has brought a ghost back or brought somebody back from the dead to interact with them?
There are some situations where people can, like, construct a body and infuse it with some semblance of life, but that's a different thing.
Got you. Yeah. I kind of look to the other two, and I mean, Dad's into this shit. I'm inclined to tell her. We haven't really had anybody else to talk to about our stuff other than Dad. And Cornelia, what?
Cornelia says, I think we should do it. She's not there. She's still upstairs.
Yeah.
But has been present.
Yeah. I look back to her. to Deep Teep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yes. The woman is named September Scott. And we know with 100% certainty that she died more than 100 years ago.
Excellent.
And her unfinished business seems to be related to my cousin Cornelia.
The one she attacked.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something, and I have a feeling that you will believe me. So, we're not all related. These are not my cousins. And they're not really alive, or not in the traditional sense. They're definitely alive. But they weren't brought into this world like most people are. Cornelia knew September when she was alive and was going to school with her at the time. And there seems to be some sort of jealousy going on. I'm not entirely certain why September lashed out so violently. Cornelia There was a young man that September was interested in and was going to go to homecoming with this man. This man rejected September and showed interest in Cornelia at the dance. And apparently, September left crying. And that night, she died in the town run. She drowned.
All right, that could do it. You say your cousins are not alive in the traditional sense.
I made them. Should we end there?
I think we should. Yeah.
Whew.
Oh. Oof. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I'm so pleased with you all.
We didn't get to interact with each other at all.
That was so much less traumatizing than last week.
Yeah, this was, hey, let's process our emotions and also reveal things.
I mean, it felt like a very solid episode 2 after the big,
Yeah.
explosive first episode, and then you have the like, okay, now let's actually get to know these characters a bit more.
Yeah, I agree.
God, Ray's interaction with his sister is incredible. I could have just spent the entire hour and a half listening to you two go back and forth. Amazing.
Xena Warrior Princess is like the one thing they can both agree on.
Both big fans.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to play what, Xena Warrior Princess.
I'm glad. Because we didn't talk about Zane at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
GG.
Oh.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to send us out, Claire?
I will send us out. Same time, same place next week. We'll see where this goes. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.